could each one of you share your perspective on really what that remote first actually means? What is it? Do we have to change ourselves, or are we just transplanting what we've already been doing and kind of putting them in these digital channels, or is it a new way?
I could take a first stab at that. I do think you have to change. If you use kind of existing processes with technology, I don't think you'll fully realize what the potential of that technology can do. So I think you have to think creatively on how am I going to Chris's point, humanize these interactions when I'm not physically with someone. So I have to be mindful of how I check in. I need to be mindful of how I share status updates, make them more asynchronous. So if I go to a channel and post an update, and someone can come back an hour later and see what I'm doing and chime in. Those are great tool sets to how we can use this technology to be more productive. You don't have to wait to the meeting. You don't have to wait to the interaction, but you have to change. You have to know to verbalize it. You have to know how to digitize it. And then also just to make sure you don't get so busy doing your own thing that you're not checking in with people. So I do think you have to adapt and change with the technology. And with that, I think you truly get not just the security aspects associated with the technology, but the security aspects of social distancing, but also the benefit of real-time collaboration.
I read a great article this morning. A New York Times editor is talking about this remote first workforce and what they're forced to do right now. He's missing out on the aspect of the water cooler, right? The human interaction around the water cooler. And I think my stance and what my point of view is on this is that we don't physically have to be around a water cooler to have that same conversation anymore. Mm-hmm. I can stand up an electronic water cooler every 4 hours where people can gather remotely to have these same type of conversations. We just have to adapt and adopt to a different way of working. And again, it's going to be cultural at first, but I think we start to break down those barriers. The more that we introduce it to folks and the more that we start to normalize it. So now it just becomes a part of their everyday lives, and it gives us greater flexibility to provide them with how they want to work. I think we'll start to see a sea change, right? After we get through this issue with this pandemic, I think we're going to start to see much more of the workforce asking or demanding, quite honestly, to stay at home and work because they will have adjusted to what the technology is, what's at their fingertips, and how they can be productive in this environment.